Have you ever wondered how some people have a unique aura and charisma? It's like they walk into a room and immediately command respect without even trying. If you want it as well, then watch till the end. I'm about to break down some of the most insane, most powerful, and most controversial techniques ever written down. These aren't just simple tips. They are psychological master keys that can unlock a new level of influence in your life. We are diving deep into the playbook of the world's most powerful people, and trust me, you won't look at social interactions the same way again. 48 Laws of Power is a very powerful book which talks about how one can control anyone without directly saying anything. It teaches how to rule from shadows. This book is banned in many countries, and here are some reasons why. It's considered so dangerous because it doesn't sugarcoat anything. It lays bare the raw, sometimes brutal, mechanics of power. This isn't about being nice, it's about being effective. It's about understanding the hidden currents of human nature and using them to your advantage. People have used these laws to build empires, win wars, and control nations. The secrets in this book are the reason it's locked away in some places. They don't want you to have this kind of power. In this video, I'm going to explain other laws of this book. If you haven't watched the previous one, it's your loss. Here we dive further. We're not just scratching the surface today. We are going into the belly of the beast. I've selected 20 of the most mind-bending laws from the second half of the book. And for each one, I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how you can apply it. So, if you're ready to level up your entire life, strap in. The next 20 minutes are going to change everything. Let's get into it. This law is absolutely insane, but it's one of the cornerstones of lasting power. Think about it. If people need you to survive, to succeed, to even do their daily tasks, they can never get rid of you. It's not about being liked, it's about being indispensable. You want to weave yourself so deeply into the fabric of their operations that pulling you out would cause the whole thing to unravel. This means acquiring a skill that no one else has, or holding information that only you can provide. You become the gatekeeper, the one person they have to go through. It's like being the only person who knows the secret recipe. Don't just be a part of the machine, become the engine that drives it. Never teach anyone everything you know, because the moment you do, you become replaceable. Instead, always hold back a little something, a key piece of the puzzle that only you possess. This creates a subtle but unbreakable chain of dependence. People might resent you for it, they might even hate you, but they will never cross you because they can't afford to lose you. You control the game because you are the game. This isn't about friendship. It's about strategic necessity. Imagine you're trying to build a massive Trojan horse. You can't just roll it up to the city gates. You need to make them want to bring it inside. That's what this law is all about. A single well-timed act of honesty can act as a smokescreen for dozens of deceptive moves later on. People are suckers for a gesture of kindness or truthfulness. It lowers their guard and makes them see you as a noble ally. They become comfortable, they start to trust you, and that's when you have them right where you want them. Think of it as an investment. You give a little bit of generosity or a small, truthful confession up front. This builds a reputation for you as a good, trustworthy person. It's a powerful tool of misdirection. While they're busy admiring your one act of kindness, you are free to maneuver in the shadows, setting up your larger plan. A gift, a sincere-sounding apology, or a moment of vulnerability can be the perfect key to unlock even the most suspicious person's defenses. Once their guard is down, their fortress is open for the taking. Here's a cold, hard truth. Nobody cares about your problems or your cause. They care about their own problems and their own causes. So when you ask for help, never ever appeal to someone's mercy or gratitude. That just makes you look weak and desperate. Instead, you need to frame your request in a way that shows them what's in it for them. You have to find the overlap between your needs and their desires. Make it seem like by helping you, they are actually helping themselves achieve their own goals. This is the ultimate win-win manipulation. Dig into what the other person wants. More money, more power, more recognition, and show them how your plan gets them there. Don't talk about the great things you'll accomplish. Talk about the great things they'll gain. Present your idea not as a favor you need, but as an opportunity for them. When people see a clear path to their own benefit, they will move mountains for you, all while thinking it was their brilliant idea in the first place. You get what you want, and they feel smart and successful for helping you. Information is the most valuable currency in the world of power. Knowing your rivals' plans, weaknesses, and intentions before they act gives you an unbelievable advantage. But, how do you get this information? You don't hire a private investigator, you become one. The best way to gather intelligence is to get close. Pose as a friend, a sympathetic ear, a harmless confidant. People will tell you everything if they think you're on their side and that you won't use it against them. The key is to listen more than you speak. Ask innocent, open-ended questions and just let them talk. People love to talk about themselves, their victories, and especially their frustrations. At social gatherings or in casual conversations, act naive and unassuming. Let them feel like they're the smart one, the one in control. While they're boasting or complaining, you're silently collecting data, mapping out their psychology, and identifying their vulnerabilities. You're a spy in plain sight, and your friendship is the perfect cover. This law is brutal but absolutely critical. More people have been ruined by half victories than by total defeat. When you have an enemy, you cannot leave them wounded. A wounded enemy is dangerous. They will recover. They will nurse their grudge, and they will wait for the perfect moment to seek revenge. They have nothing left to lose, which makes them unpredictable and desperate. You might think you're being merciful by letting them go, but you're actually planting the seeds of your own future destruction. When you strike, you must strike to annihilate. Don't just defeat them in one battle. Break their spirit, scatter their supporters, and erase their power base so completely that they can never rise against you again. It's not about physical violence. It's about strategic elimination. Cut off their funding, ruin their reputation, take away their platform. You must leave no embers to reignite the fire. As harsh as it sounds, complete destruction is a form of mercy. It prevents a prolonged bloody conflict. Crush them, and you secure your peace and your power. Have you ever noticed that the more you see something, the less you value it? The same principle applies to people. If you are always around, always available, always present, you become common. Your value diminishes. To command respect and increase your influence, you must learn the art of strategic withdrawal. Once you have established your presence and made yourself known, pull back. Disappear for a while. Let people wonder where you are and what you're doing. This calculated absence creates a vacuum. People start talking about you, speculating about your next move. Your silence makes you seem more powerful and mysterious. When you finally return, your presence will have a much greater impact. You will be seen as a rare and valuable commodity. It's the classic supply and demand principle applied to your social presence. By making yourself scarce, you increase your perceived value. Don't let people take you for granted. Make your presence a special event, not a daily occurrence. If people know what to expect from you, they can prepare. They can build defenses and plot against you. But if your actions are completely unpredictable, you keep them off balance and in a constant state of anxiety. They can never get comfortable because they have no idea what you'll do next. This gives you a massive tactical advantage. Being deliberately inconsistent, sometimes generous, sometimes cruel, sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, creates an aura of fear and control. People will be too busy trying to figure you out to ever try to cross you. Your unpredictability becomes a weapon. Your opponents are forced to be reactive, constantly trying to interpret your moves instead of planning their own. This exhausts them mentally and emotionally. Think of a tiger in a cage pacing back and forth. You don't know when or where it will strike, and that uncertainty is terrifying. Unpredictability doesn't mean being random for no reason. It means having a plan, but executing it in a way that no one can foresee. It keeps your enemies guessing and your allies on their toes, ensuring everyone is reacting to your rhythm. When we feel threatened, our first instinct is often to retreat, to build a fortress and hide inside. But this is a fatal mistake. A fortress might seem safe, but it cuts you off from the most important thing you need: information. Isolation makes you a target. You can't see the dangers gathering outside your walls. You become out of touch, paranoid, and easily deceived. Power depends on social connection, on having eyes and ears everywhere. By shutting yourself away, you blind and deafen yourself. The most powerful people are constantly circulating, moving among different groups, and gathering intelligence from a wide variety of sources. They are at the center of the action, not hiding on the sidelines. You need to resist the urge to withdraw, and instead force yourself out into the world. Stay connected with your allies, keep an eye on your enemies, and remain part of the flow of society. A fortress doesn't protect you, it imprisons you. True safety lies in being connected, adaptable, and aware. The world is a jungle filled with different kinds of animals, and you must know which ones are harmless sheep and which ones are vengeful wolves. Not everyone reacts to a slight or a power play in the same way. Some people will brush it off. Others will plot a quiet revenge that takes years to unfold. Offending the wrong person can be the single biggest mistake you ever make. A single powerful enemy with a long memory can dedicate their life to your destruction, often in ways you never see coming. Before you make any move, you must study your target. Are they proud and arrogant, insecure and sensitive, devious and cunning? You must tailor your strategy to their specific personality type. Never assume that everyone is like you or will react as you would. Do your homework, use your spies, test the waters with small gestures to gauge their reactions. Wasting your energy on a pointless fight is bad, but picking a fight with someone who will never forget and never forgive is catastrophic. Choose your opponents as carefully as you choose your allies. This is the law of the ultimate power broker. The moment you commit to one side of an argument or one faction in a conflict, you lose your power. You become a pawn in their game. By staying independent and uncommitted, you become the one everyone wants to win over. You are the prize. Both sides will court you, bribe you, and reveal their plans to you in an attempt to gain your allegiance. This gives you an incredible amount of information and leverage. By refusing to take a side, you retain your freedom of movement. You can play factions against each other, promising your support to one while encouraging the other. You are the master of your own destiny, not beholden to anyone else's agenda. When they fight, you gain. Let others exhaust themselves in their battles while you conserve your energy and resources. Only commit at the very last moment, and only to the side that offers you the most or is most likely to win. Until then, remain above the fray, a coveted and powerful neutral force. No one likes to feel stupid. In fact, most people are desperate to feel smarter than everyone else. This is a weakness you can exploit ruthlessly. When you want to deceive someone, make them feel intellectually superior. Seem less intelligent, less sophisticated, and less aware than you actually are. This disarms them completely. They will underestimate you, drop their guard, and reveal their true intentions because they don't see you as a threat. They'll think they're the one playing you, when in reality, you're setting the trap. This is a powerful form of camouflage. While your opponent is basking in their own perceived brilliance, you are free to observe, plan, and prepare your strike. Let them make their condescending remarks and feel smug. Their arrogance is the perfect cover for your ambition. When the moment is right, and they least expect it, you can make your move with devastating effect. They will be so shocked and confused that they won't be able to mount an effective defense. They were so busy looking down on you, they never saw you coming up from underneath. In a moment of weakness, when your opponent is stronger and defeat seems inevitable, don't fight a battle you can't win. That's just suicide. It's a waste of resources and achieves nothing but your own destruction. Instead, do the unexpected, surrender. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a brilliant strategic maneuver. Surrendering gives you time. Time to recover, time to observe your enemy, and time to wait for their power to wane. It lulls your conqueror into a false sense of security. By yielding, you deny your enemy the satisfaction of a crushing victory. They expect resistance, and when you give them none, it confuses them. They absorb you into their ranks, thinking they've won. But from within, you can act as a spy, subtly sow dissent, and wait for the perfect moment to rise again. Surrender gives you a foothold in their camp. It allows you to bide your time, gather strength, and wait for them to make a mistake. It is the ultimate long game, turning a moment of total weakness into the foundation for your eventual triumph. Power is honestly a lot like the light from the sun. If it's scattered, it's just kind of a gentle warmth, nothing too intense. But, if you use a magnifying glass and focus that same light onto a single point, it can actually start a fire. The same goes for your energy, your resources, and your focus. If you spread yourself too thin, chasing after too many goals or fighting too many battles, you'll end up stuck in mediocrity and, probably failure. It's like you make a bit of progress everywhere but never really achieve a big win anywhere. True power comes from intensity, not from being all over the place. So, figure out your single most important goal, or maybe your most dangerous enemy. Then just pour all your energy, all your attention, and every resource you have into that one spot. Forget about the rest for now. That kind of concentrated force is nearly impossible to resist. It's like a flood smashing through the weakest part of a dam. So, find that one rich source of power, or that key supporter, or even that critical vulnerability, and hit it with everything you've got. Honestly, a single clear victory with concentrated force is worth way more than a bunch of small scattered wins. The world of power, even now, is a lot like a royal court. There's a king, maybe your boss, your mentor, or someone else above you. And then there are other courtiers, like your colleagues and rivals, all trying to get ahead. To really do well in this kind of environment, you have to master the art of being the perfect courtier. That means you've got to be indirect, a little bit flattering, and honestly, pretty strategic with how you move. Make your superiors feel brilliant, treat your peers with respect, and, well, make sure your enemies don't even realize you're a threat. The perfect courtier never outshines the master. They make their boss look amazing, even taking the blame for mistakes and giving credit to the boss for their own successes. They're super polite, always know the right thing to say at the right moment, and they just have this graceful, charming vibe. They flatter, but it's subtle, and they're always tuned into the moods of those in power. They never bring bad news, and they work behind the scenes, pulling strings without ever seeming like they're after power for themselves. Don't just accept the identity that society or your family hands you. You're not finished. You're honestly a work in progress, and you're the artist here. This law is all about taking control of your own image and building a new identity, one that actually commands attention and respect. Be the master of your own persona. Don't be predictable. Instead, create a character for yourself that's memorable, a bit dramatic, and honestly, larger than life. That's what gives you a real presence and makes people curious about what you'll do next. It's more than just personal branding. It's about totally reconstructing your public self. Learn new skills, switch up your style, pick up new habits. Don't let people get too comfortable with who they think you are. Keep evolving. When you can recreate yourself, you're not chained to your past mistakes. You can always start fresh, with a new character or a new reputation. Take control of your life story by becoming the author of your own narrative. To maintain power, you must appear to be a paragon of virtue and efficiency. Your reputation should be, spotless. But the reality of power is that it often requires dirty work, deception, manipulation, and sometimes even ruthless action. The key is to never be seen doing it yourself. You must become a master of using others as scapegoats and cat's paws. Find someone else to do the unpleasant tasks, and if things go wrong, they are the ones who take the fall, while you remain blameless. Let others be the bearers of bad news. Use intermediaries to deliver threats or ultimatums. When a messy outcome is unavoidable, make sure someone else's fingerprints are all over it, not yours. This allows you to maintain an image of fairness and decency, which honestly builds trust and loyalty among the public and your followers. You get the benefits of the ruthless action without any of the reputational damage. It's a cynical game, but in the world of power, perception is reality, and a clean image is an impenetrable shield. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something. In a world full of uncertainty and doubt, they crave a cause, a leader, a new faith to follow. You can harness this deep-seated need to build a massive, loyal, and powerful following. To do this, you need to offer them something to believe in. Keep it simple and vague, but full of promise. Talk about grand transformations and a better future. Use powerful symbols, create rituals, and give your followers a new way of life. Structure your following like a religion. Position yourself as a prophet or a guru. Create an us versus them dynamic, making your followers feel special and enlightened compared to the outside world. Demand sacrifices from them. This will strengthen their commitment. Most importantly, disguise the source of your income and power, making it seem like the result of your special knowledge or divine favor. By tapping into this fundamental human need for belief, you can gain a level of devotion and power that is almost absolute. If you are unsure about a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Timidity is dangerous. It signals weakness and invites others to attack you. Any mistakes you make through boldness are easily corrected with more boldness. Everyone admires the bold. No one honors the timid. When you decide to act, you must do so with complete and utter confidence. Don't dip your toe in the water, dive in headfirst. Boldness acts as a psychological weapon. It intimidates your opponents and inspires your allies. A swift, audacious move can stun your enemies, leaving them no time to think or prepare. They are overwhelmed by your confidence and assume you must have a good reason for it. Hesitation, on the other hand, creates gaps. It gives your enemies time to plot against you and raises doubts in the minds of your supporters. When you enter any negotiation, conflict, or project, project an aura of unwavering certainty. Even if you're faking it, your boldness will often create its own reality. The ending is everything. Most people are caught up in the heat of the moment, reacting to immediate problems and celebrating small victories. They don't think about the long-term consequences of their actions. This is a massive vulnerability. The true master of power plans all the way to the conclusion. They envision the final outcome they desire and then work backward, planning every step required to get there. This gives them clarity and prevents them from being surprised by unforeseen events. By planning to the end, you control the narrative. You won't be sidetracked by emotions or the plans of others. You will know when to stop, when to push forward, and when to claim victory. It allows you to guide fortune by seeming to know what's coming. While others are reacting to your moves, you are already thinking 3 moves ahead. This long-term vision ensures that you, not your rivals, get the final credit and reap the ultimate rewards. Don't just start the race. Know exactly how you're going to cross the finish line. Your actions must seem natural and executed with ease. All the toil, practice, and clever tricks that went into them must be concealed. When you act as if you could do much more. Avoid the temptation to complain about how hard you worked. This only raises questions and makes your achievements seem less impressive. People admire grace and natural talent. They are suspicious of sweat and labor. Making your success look easy makes you seem like a genius, someone with God-given talent. This creates an aura of invincibility. If you can achieve such great things with apparent ease, what could you do if you really tried? It intimidates your rivals and inspires awe in your followers. Never reveal your secrets or the true extent of your effort. Let them wonder. The more mysterious your methods, the more powerful you will seem. When you present your work to the world, let it appear as if it flowed from you without any struggle. This is the height of power, making the incredibly difficult look beautifully simple. And there you have it. 20 more laws from the most controversial playbook on the planet. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are active strategies that have shaped history and continue to shape our world every single day. From keeping people dependent on you to making your greatest victories seem totally effortless, the core message is clear. Power is a game of psychology, perception, and ruthless strategy. Understanding these laws doesn't mean you have to become a monster, but it does mean you'll never be a victim again. You now have the tools to see the game being played around you. The world operates on these principles whether we like it or not. By ignoring them, you leave yourself vulnerable to those who don't. This knowledge is your shield and your sword. It can help you protect yourself, advance your goals, and understand the motivations of those around you on a much deeper level. The question is, what will you do with this power? Will you use it to build, to defend, or simply to see the world for what it truly is? The choice is yours, but you can no longer claim ignorance. We've only covered 30 laws so far, and the final 18 are some of the most advanced and powerful in the entire book. The next video will complete the series, diving into the ultimate strategies for mastering the art of power. You absolutely do not want to miss it. If you got any value from this, hit that like button, and let me know in the comments which law shocked you the most. That's all for now. Subscribe for the next part.